first of all, terrific film, and I want to know your reaction when you both saw it for the first time.
My reaction was I had some very, very mixed emotions. I wanted to know going into it, is it going to share the story like my book, Miracles from Heaven, chronicles the story, exactly what we endured? Will it be like that? And when it's not like that and it's different, will it be so different that it's hard to relate? And so I was anxious, and I loved it. I laughed, I cried, I observed, I had a gamut of emotions.
Annabel, how about for you?
I always was very excited about it, and I think they did the movie so good, and they did our story, and the people who played us did the story justice, and I don't think it could have gone any better.
I don't think it could have gotten any better either. And also, you have to make sure you tell people that they have to come in with a box of Kleenex.
Yes.
Because I'm a mother, and oh my goodness, listen, it's a parent's nightmare for what you guys had to endure, and then, what happened. I think, thank God it all happened to the positive. But to relive this and to spend all this time with Jennifer and with Kylie, tell me a little bit about that and the process of just having to kind of gone through it again in a way,
Yeah, it was hard. It was really hard because, Jennifer and I were very connected, and she was so sweet, and she would text and call, and during this time, as she read my book, she poured through it and highlighted and underlined and dog-eared, and she knew it backwards and forwards, but she would still call and say, when this happened, what would you have done? And I told her, and you're reliving it over and over and over. So it was good because it was an outlet to share our story and help others, but then it's hard too. So hard.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. Tell me about working with Kylie and how much time you guys spent together.
She is so sweet, and I love Kylie, and I'm excited because I get to see her today. So, and I think she did my character very well, and she's an amazing actress. And I did come over to her little condo thing that she lived at while they were working on the movie, and I got to hang out with her whenever she wasn't shooting scenes, and it was really cool.
Yeah, I can just imagine. How did you help her in terms of just getting things right? And must have been hard for, she's a young girl like you are, and even though she's an actress, this is a tough thing to play. And I would think maybe that the two of you probably became close over this process.
Yes, I feel like we did become close, and I think she did me in the movie very, very well. Like the crying scenes, I was like I watched the movie and I was like, wow, that's so good. And then I was like, wait a second, how did she do this or do this? Because whenever she had that tubal feeding thing and they pulled it out, she actually had to get a tube down her nose. And so I was like, maybe they somehow faked it. And because she did so good, I was like, wait a second, I know her, the real her, and I know she's not actually sick, but that was a whole nother Kylie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
she
so
did
real.
So good that it was like she stepped in to another person but just looked like herself. She did so good.
It's quite amazing. After having gone through this whole thing in the book and now the movie and just the whole, just living through this, what does a miracle mean to you now?
A miracle means anything that happens in your life that is not constructed by you. I believe that those people that reach out to us are really just the extensions of God's arms wrapping himself around us. So people who interact in our life, or who bring you a cup of coffee, or who help you with your kids, or who bring you a dinner when you're struggling, any way to love you it can be a miracle.
Yeah, how about for you, Anna? What does it mean to you? What do you tell your friends?
I feel like a miracle is something only God can do, because a person can be like, oh, I want to help you, but maybe God is like, you want, kind of leads them to the decision to bring you lunch or something like that. So I feel like a miracle is something only God can do, but God does do those little miracles.